want me to show you? Yeah, yeah. While we're in the zone, you. Oh, yeah, yeah. Now you're coming over. Yeah. Working, ain't you? You ain't got the time.
Disruption of peace is out. So what are the things that you need to do to, not disrupt it? So social media creates these norms that you have to follow, in order to be loyal. You have to be a slave. You can't speak up. Situationships don't allow the space for honesty and transparency, and sneak this in for friendships and stuff, different things like that. And so now what do you do? Do you continue to be friends with these people? Do you, do you ignore the behaviors and, just kind of maybe stifle what you're feeling because, of the value of the relationship? Now, there's a key to kind of deciphering which one it would be. Do you speak to these friends, or do you kind of, cut them off because of, their disloyalty? And I know that that's another thing on social media that they have going on now, where, you can just cut people off and not tell people what they did, because, I don't have to, or whatever the case may be. But you should always kind of let people know how you're feeling. And so just observe. Some friendships, it might be worth it to mention. Others, not so much, right? You can learn a lot from both experiences, being able to kind of either tell the person about your emotions, or you can learn from, being able to walk away from the situation because you've given this person so many chances. So in that case, each case, you can learn a lot. However, that is going to be your decision to make. Is that relationship worth, me actually telling my feelings? Will I be gaslighted? It's going to take some intentionality, right? Do I see this person in my future, or is this a relationship that I should have been kind of cut off? And in my experiences, it's kind of like the latter. It's a relationship that I probably should have been cut off, right? And so you then find yourself finding your alignment, and you being in line of what you want to do, and kind of honoring what you find in yourself. And so this goes to being able to kind of find your tribe now, being able to find your tribe, and the space where you belong. And do you have the ability to cut these people off and put them where they belong? And so what I mean by like putting them where they belong is just like specifying their roles in your life. That's being very intentional now, being able to identify the importance of calling people by what they are. Not everybody is a friend. Your mom always told you. My mom always told me, everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your, and even, sometimes family, everybody ain't your family, or want the good for you. So you have to be able to kind of, am I going to cut these people off, or put them where they belong, right? And so that's being specific in saying, like, that's a childhood friend, or that's an old college friend, or, being able to kind of just say, like, we grew up together, or kind of really identifying where the relationship has taken a turn. And that's being honest with yourself about, where you're going and what relationships are now important and which ones are not, right? Because you have changed your idea of what loyalty is and what you want in life. So you have to also align your friendships and things of that nature to follow that. You can't just, kind of go to the store without a list, it's kind of ridiculous. You end up end up in Target buying the whole Target, right? And so we kind of do. We like Target. I like Target, and I might want to buy the whole Target, but I know that I can't. It's kind of irrational to think so. So, I have to evaluate these relationships and what I want in my life now and moving forward, right? So, that is how, you being specifying and being intentional by these things, right? About identifying who these people are and where they stand in your life. And usually they kind of identify it for you, almost. Like sometimes they kind of, point it out themselves by the way they act. And you just kind of have to be mindful of, what to look for. And so I might make a video about that a little later, because people have a lot of issues with boundary setting. I see it with myself. I saw it, I see it with my clients. I see it a lot across the board. And I think that, it's worth talking about boundary setting. But anyways, peace over loyalty, right? Peace over loyalty. You matter, right? So your peace is not disturbed. You learn how to place people where they are, or you either cut them off. If that's just your going out friend, that's just your going out friend. If that's your this friend, that's this friend. But placing people in specific categories where they are, right, in your life, right? And so you will then be able to identify your tribe. That will weed out. It's like the weeding process. It'll weed out, people's morality and different people's values, and by what they say and just what they do. So being mindful of all of that. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my face so we could wrap this video right on up. When does it move from being loyalty over love to being peace over loyalty? What type of boundaries do you have to then set to make those things happen, and that change to adjust so that your peace isn't disrupted? Because one thing we're not going to do, we're not going to disrupt our peace. I hope that you enjoyed this get ready with me. I skipped a lot of steps doing my makeup. I got to go do some errands, guys. But I hope that, you